how you feeling coming off of this natural selection second place?
Dude, yeah, I'm so pumped. That was so fun, just getting to ride with like such a high caliber of riders and be a part of it. It was, ever since it really like started, I've been wanting to get in there. So it was an honor to be up there, and then to finally make it like through all the stages. It was sick because my girlfriend and my family was there, so it was kind of like a roller coaster as well. Like the qualies day like was looking super sketch the whole day, and then final run, final person, whatever, and then made it through. So then I like go down and like hug my dad. He's like borderline crying, you know. It was like so sick. And then the next day like just kept making it through. Like, yeah, it was so fun. It was
I
awesome.
feel like you took the most runs out of anybody there,
dude.
Because you had to go to the third round on a bunch of stuff too.
Yeah, it was sick. It was just how I planned it.
I want to talk about how your whole family came out, right? The whole squad.
Yeah, both my brothers, my mom and dad, and then my girlfriend Carly. It was so cool.
That's incredible. Now, I was talking to Harrison yesterday, your team manager.
Oh, nice.
Great TM. He was there for the experience.
Yep.
But one thing that he brought up was that Nils was there, and Nils was kind of acting as a soundboard for some strategy for you while you were there.
Nils is very strategic. Yeah, he, I'd get down at the bottom and like I'd bolt right to him, especially on the finals day. Like he unfortunately got knocked out early. So as soon as I I feel like you plan like 1, maybe 2 runs, and I go down there, go straight to him. I'm like, what should I do? He's like, maybe you could go over here. Like he was showing, we all have different photos of stuff, so he was like definitely helping me out. And yeah, he was cool. He even like went up on the qualies day because he nailed it the first day. He qualified the very first run. So like he went up there and was like giving me water. He was like full coach Nils. It was sick. Yeah, he's the man.
Somebody told me, or Harrison told me, that you were going big mountain kind of free ride vibes, riding the big lines, and maybe he gave you some advice. Hey, they're scoring freestyling like tricks a little better. Maybe make a pivot.
Dude, he totally did. Yeah, he was like, yeah. First day seemed like they were totally rewarding doing tricks, on the jumpy side. So, and he nailed it. Like went front 9. Crazy run, like did all the stuff. So I was like, oh, maybe after he told me that, I was like, okay, we'll go try and do these whatever tricks that were looking sketch. So no, it was cool. Nils is the absolute man. He's a huge like mentor to me. Any like question I have about like contractual stuff for like brands, like I always hit him up and he just hits me with it straight. He's the man.
Yeah, that's rad. I got another question too. It's you and Stale battling for the win. You're at the very end. Stale puts down a heater run. And at the top, are you like, I'm going back 7 on this savage cross-court finger deal?
Dude, I actually wanted to go back 5 on it. That was the plan with Nils. I was like, dude, I think I want to back 5. He's like, do it. And then I went into it and I was like, back 7, just kind of like spazzed out. I was like, no way. And yeah, so it was fun. I would rather have like done that than like straight air. Like I'd rather do that, eat shit on something that I was like hyped to try than just like straight air and whatever, So it was, yeah, definitely don't like, not tripping on any of it. I'm tripping on a high from it all. So
yeah. It feels like everybody's been saying, oh, BMO's the truth. I haven't ridden with you much, but I've seen you up at Brighton, and every time I look up at you flying off something, I just see you land something savage. Like anytime you're strapped in, it's happening. But everybody's like, Miles has been saying, BMO's the truth, and PMAC and all these people, and even me, I'm gonna take some credit on this. But I was like, I told Travis on the Ski-Doo thing we were on, I'm like, Trav, BMO's gonna fucking win, dude. BMO's gonna win the whole thing, dude. And he's like, and I don't know. So it's cool to see, everybody's seen you rip for years, and to finally kind of get the shine I think you deserve at this thing had to feel good.
Dude, thank you. Yeah, it was like, it's a fun platform just to kind of show, to give it your all, I guess. So yeah. But thank you for the love. That I definitely heard like on a podcast, like way before the duel, you were like, I got BMO, dude. Like he's my guy. So it was that I think I was actually in Jackson with my brother, like listening to it, and it was like after we did the duel and whatever, it was like super tight, and I was like, I was super hyped. It was sick.
Yeah, it started. So then just to get there, you had to take down Gabe Ferg, which is not an easy task.
Dude, yeah, that was heavy. He was riding good too. He was on, and I got lucky on that one, honestly. Like just Hail Mary back 7, like, and yeah, that was fun. But that was kind of a sketchy, like, well, not sketchy. It was just kind of like dicey. Like we were waiting to get in the helicopter the whole time at High Mountain Heli, And we did this, like, this was like day 2. And Travis kind of put this whole thing together. He's like, well, this is kind of what we need to do to just at least have like a backup event. So that was on like, we got there Monday and that was on Tuesday. And we were waiting to get in the heli until like Sunday. So at Sunday afternoon, we're like, okay, I guess we'll just use the first day that we went to. But yeah, it was cool. It was super fun.
So you're like, oh, it's over.
Yeah.
We did it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
No, it was fun though.
All right, we got a Patreon question. Thanks to all the Patreon members that support the show. We really appreciate this. Appreciate you guys coming on board so we can talk to people like Blake. So thank you to all of our Patreon members. This is from Josh A. He says, I'm a 32-year-old about to try a free ride comp for the first time. Just a little IFSA 1 qualifier at Aparo. Fuck. How's it called? Arapahoe.
Oh, nice. A Basin.
It's A Basin. I didn't realize that's what it's called. Mm-hmm. Any tips / advice to get the most out of the experience if I decide to compete in future events? You just did good. What's the tips for riding in a free ride comp?
Wow. I would say definitely don't try to do too much. Like, don't do like the 5-foot back 3 like lifestyle, whatever, you know, like you can get pretty caught up in thinking about all the points and stuff and like how to rack it up. But I think just for me, like you find like the one thing that excites you the most on the whole thing and then kind of tie it together from there, whether it's like at the top, in the middle, at the bottom or whatever. And I think that kind of always makes it look and feel the best. So yeah, Josh, go get it. Ride fast.
Ride fast. Okay. That's a great question. And actually I have a question from your brother, Griffin, here.
Oh, nice.
And I think that this is an interesting one in regards to what we're just talking about. Here we go.
Yo, Blake, it's Griff. So stoked you're on the bomb hole. Just want to say it's so sick all that you've accomplished this season. One thing about your riding that really stands out to me is your speed and your ability to stay on your feet through tricky lines or big airs. You just have this spidey sense to your style that's so fun to watch. I'm wondering if you feel like riding with T and I and growing up in a family of skiers has influenced your riding today. Leader never falls. Love you, bro.
Damn. Leader never falls. Yeah, I love you too, Griff. That's sick. Yeah, for sure. Grew up with a family of skiers and they obviously go fast and their idea of powder is completely different than ours. So, but for sure, like, you know, it's kind of just keep up kind of vibe. And I remember when I was super young, like, doing USASA and stuff, I would like just get like angry. Like I wouldn't even want to like ride with them because they were just like be doing the bumps, whatever, you know, and it's just like not fun. And then finally, like years later, found the fun in it of like trying to. There's always a good line, no matter where you're. Like you just have to try and find it, and they're freaking like so good at not even thinking about it and like weaving through any sort of bump or like whatever mashed potato, like finding like transition off like a shitty landing, you know. So it's they're definitely like 100% the reason why I snowboard like I do.
It seems like it's like skier. Your brother was explaining this to me when I talked to him yesterday, but like skiers kind of generally arc like bigger turns, right?
For sure, yeah, like giant slalom kind of vibe, yeah.
Yeah, and that seems like the way you ride. And also, skiers, when you watch like the Free Ride World Tour versus like snowboarders, or I guess the Free Ski World Tour or whatever, versus the snowboarders, it's like savage. They're like big mountain savages.
Dude, it's crazy. Yeah. What they do, it's insane. It's so cool. And it's cool because they like also want to bounce ideas off of us, you know? So they want to do their gnarly shit at the top and then like find like a cool little like tranny find or something, you know? So it's cool to bring it all together. And I think that that's like what Griff's kind of getting at. Like, you know, love to get inspired from them and their speed and how they hit whatever. And then like also kind of feeling the snowboarder touch on it, you know, and trying to like
they're
make it your own.
trying to give their skiing like a surfy feel, like snowboarding, like different lines like that. That's
for
cool.
sure. Yeah,
that's cool. There's like a take both ways
for sure. Yeah, no, it's cool. And yeah, growing up with skiers was honestly like it was. Looking back now, it was really sick. Never was ever like, oh, dude, like fuck skiers. Like I've always loved riding with my family and their friends. So yeah. It's always super fun.
Yeah, that's good vibes. I feel like a lot of snowboarders just ride with snowboarders.
Yeah.
More commonly.
Yeah. For sure, yeah.
But I want to go back to natural selection because I heard you had you got on the podium. You obviously, showed the world your skill set. And the next day, I heard a rumor that maybe Travis kind of linked up with you in the sauna. I would like to hear about that.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. So I was, oh yeah, I totally forgot. Sorry. My good buddy Noah Skelly was out there too with my family. He's like a brother. That's why I just, said family. But yeah, he was out there and we were walking back from the sauna the day after. And I was like you're at this nice hotel. You're like taking advantage of the slippers and the robes or whatever. So I was like walking back with the robe, just like chilling. And he's like, yo, what up? Ping me later. I want to chat with you. That was it. Like walking by, I was like, okay. I was with my buddy and he's like, I was like, wonder what that's going to be. And so I texted him later. It's like, yo, here I am hitting you up. Like, what's up? And he's like, oh yeah, just come to the restaurant. And he did. And then go to the restaurant. He's like, yo, come for a ride. Like, we're going to go for a ride to town, like in his car. I was like, okay. Obviously not going to say whatever, it was like, for sure. And we kind of like get chatting, whatever. He's like, what are your plans the rest of the year? I was like, oh yeah, just kind of filming the 686 video, whatever. He's like, cool. He's like, kind of have an open seat in a helicopter up at Wiggly's. I was maybe going to bring a photographer, but I kind of want to bring you. And I was like, I'm there. Like, just let me know. He's like, cool. I'm just going to draft up an email that you just forward to your sponsors. And he like buttered up this really nice email and literally just like forwarded it right to them. And it was like, however much they need to pitch, whatever, this and that. And then Wiggly's kind of fell through because the snow and just, shit happened. And he made Alaska happen like super last second. So just got back from that like a week ago with him. And that was insane. Like seriously, so messed up. It was so sick. The weather was a little difficult. Like we didn't really like score that kind of like, Alaska. Like it was amazing, no doubt. But it wasn't like we weren't like riding the Wizard or like some crazy shit like that. It was so cool though.